Okay, number 4 here. We're going to simplify by multiplying the polynomial. We know they're multiplying because notice, right, it's attached via multiplication here, right? So it's a binomial times another binomial. So you're going to see the distributive property happening 4 times. Watch. Z times Z right there, that becomes Z squared. That's the first term. Then Z is going to be times the 3. That's going to become 3Z. Then you have the bottom part, negative 6 times Z. That's negative 6Z. And then you have negative 6 times 3. That becomes negative 18. There are some things that are like terms. These and these are like terms. 3Z and negative 6Z can combine, getting you negative 3Z. Bring down that Z squared. Bring down the negative 18. That would be the complete polynomial. Z squared minus 3Z minus 18. Next, let's look at B. So again, we distribute A times A. That becomes A squared. Then we have A times negative 3. This becomes negative 3A. Then we have 8 times A becomes 8A. Then we have 8 times negative 3 becomes negative, I think it's 24, right? We look for some like terms. Notice these two on the inside are like terms. Negative 3A and 8A becomes 5A. Everything else comes down. The A squared comes down. Okay. Oh, look, don't forget about that addition symbol. And then the negative 24 comes down. So the complete polynomial after you multiply is A squared plus 5A minus 24. Let's look at C and D here. Notice this is the same thing before. 3m times m. This becomes 3m squared. Then you have 3m times 9. This becomes 27m. 1 times m becomes 1m. And then 1 times 9, this becomes 9. The two terms on the inside are like terms. 27m plus 1m becomes 28m. Bring everything else down. Bring down the 3m squared. Oop, don't forget to bring down the plus. And also the plus 9. So the complete polynomial after you multiply is 3m squared plus 28m plus 9. Let's look at question D here. Notice it is a binomial times a trinomial. So you're going to see the distributive property happen 6 times. Watch. T times t squared. This becomes t to the 3rd power. If you want to know why, t times t2 becomes t to the 3. Remember, there's a 1 here. You add the exponents. Then t times negative 5 becomes negative 5t squared. Then you have t times the 1. You see how there's one more? That becomes t. Now let's distribute that negative 2. Negative 2 times t, negative 2t squared. Then you have negative 2 times negative 5 becomes positive 10t. Negative 2 times negative 5 is a positive. And then lastly, negative 2 times 1 becomes negative 2. There are some like terms here. Do you see this is degree 2 and this is also degree 2? Negative 5t squared and negative 2t squared becomes negative 7t squared. Then you have t here and 10t here. That becomes an 11t. Bring everything else down. Bring down the t to the 3rd power and bring down the negative 2. So the complete polynomial after you multiply and combine like terms, you have t to the 3rd power minus t, 7t squared plus 11t minus 2.